Pennacool contacted me about their practice test booklets, and I was a little skeptical because I know it's in the stores, it's in the groceries for parents. So one of the criteria we don't buy booklets if it's out there for the parents. It must be booklets designed for the school, only available at the school. And I spoke to Miss Francis, and she assured me that that was the case. They sent samples, we went through, our department went through it, and we decided to give Pennacool a chance because it's fairly new. We didn't know anything about it. And I was a little concerned too that it may follow the same examples as their online reinforcement lessons. I didn't want it too easy, too simple for the boys to figure out. I wanted some challenging in between, as well as have it balanced for the boys who need extra reinforcement. And that was delivered. When we go through the booklets, it really is, it's not overly challenging. It is nice, it is balanced, and we like that about it. We have both the hard copy and the soft copy. At first I didn't plan on using the soft copy because we are going for a paper exam. So we wanted the boys to practice that. So on a Monday, we do our Pennacool booklets. For example, booklet 1, I start that first thing on a Monday morning, and then I use the soft copy online as my means of correcting. So what we do, Monday they do the paper, in the afternoon they do the language paper, and then Tuesday I do creative writing, the writing paper. I do my writing paper separate for obvious reasons, to teach while I'm doing it. And then Tuesday afternoon I start correcting online. So the boys input their answers. Whatever answer they wrote down for number 1, section 1, that's what they choose in Pennacool, if it is a multiple choice. Or what they will ask me, Miss, my answer isn't here, what to do? I say, well, if your answer isn't there, chances are your answer is wrong. But still choose something, or if it's a section 2 or section 3 question, leave it out, and when we're correcting and going through, then I will go through and see where you made the mistake. So the boys have 2 forms, the hard copy with their answers handwritten, and the soft copy that they put in. That soft copy I use online. I can now see how my class is doing. So a lot of them got question 8 wrong. So I can go through and see what type of answers they were putting in. So I have an idea of why they got that wrong. So while I'm correcting and going through the explanation for them, we can clarify that question 8. So Pennacool, it helps that way. And I really like this system that they have. I like the questioning. I like the fact that we have both the hard copy and the soft copy. It works really well for us here. But it works now because I use it to correct.
Yeah.
I use it as my backup, and it gives me an idea of what the class did, because a child will tell me on his paper, Miss, I got 64 out of 75. But then I can go in and say, how you got 64? And Pennacool gives 2 grades also. They give a percentage and they give the raw score. How is it that you got this particular mark when I can see you got this wrong, you got number 10 wrong, you got number 20? So it's a nice backup for us.
Yeah. So this sums up really what we would like to present today. So that Pennacool.com, this is new from Pennacool, where the reinforcement exercises and assessments in our workbook and practice tests are now simultaneously available online. Below you will see a range of the workbooks that we now have and practice tests. I want to clarify that by simultaneous, we mean not only does it exist at the same time, but it is the same exercises. So it is the exercises in the standard 1 book that you will find online in the standard 1 book content online, and so for standard 2 and 3 and 4. I also want to stress that in fact we are not talking here about PDFs. You know, people when they talk about things online, they really mean what I would call a dead presentation of a book or whatever. This is Pennacool, so this is not like that. This is an interactive, self-correcting set of exercises online with all the many features that Pennacool brings to its online content. Reflection here on the ministry's position on online assessment. This is from the Ministry of Education's curriculum guidelines of August 21, speaking to the first term and I think into the second term. Formative and continuous assessments held during the term can be conducted electronically for all students. Teachers will be encouraged to practice e-testing methods. So clearly from the Ministry of Education, an approval and an endorsement and an encouragement for teachers to use e-testing methods. In terms of how our books are the general format of the books, the assessments for each particular standard, they cover each syllabus by topic, and this actually makes them ideal for assessment, particularly now as we go into terms 2 and 3, and now the topics are being finished. The content in our workbooks is authored by the principal of Gandhi Memorial. I think she and that school has a very good reputation educationally. Ms. Keshmani Daniram Hussain and her team. And, we are confident in the content. And of course, you will have the opportunity to get samples of our books and judge for yourself as to the value. Because ultimately, it's not good enough to say it's online. We want quality online. I'll speak here to the benefits of having assessments both online and offline. And again, I repeat, not just both at the same time, but the same thing in the books and the same thing online. First point we have is caters for students who do not have internet access and devices. This is a huge issue. Anybody with a heart can understand the importance of this matter. And again, it's a small contribution towards this effort, but the very fact that you now can say to a child who is not online and a child who is online, and when a teacher will refer to question number 4, the child who is offline will feel included because they have in front of them the book that has number 4. So that again was why we set about this way, and we didn't want to have, because Pennacool has lots of content online, but which is not in the workbook, and this was a thinking behind what we did. Number 2, there's an opportunity for teachers to experiment with online assessments. Number of teachers have bought our books and have said to us, they've said this to us, John, I will not be using the online content. They've said, if the opportunity is still there, go ahead and try it. And so therefore, without any danger or damage to your teaching practice, you have the opportunity to experiment with online assessments and ultimately to reap the rewards of what online assessment can yield. In addition, because you have it online and offline, already the variety of methods and ways and means in which teachers are using it, first the hard copy, then the soft copy, a variety of that. And this is all just available to teachers with this product. Cost. When I was putting this presentation together, I thought maybe this would be my first slide because I can only imagine all of us automatically think of cost. Here we are, Pennacool is providing you with a book with assessments in it, and then there's this additional online. But, there is no cost to the additional online. There is a cost. It wouldn't be right of me to say there is no cost. It is the cost of the book. So when you as a teacher look at our books and say to yourself, I judge this to be a valuable assessment tool, I will encourage my class and my children to buy it. You have the assurance and the comfort to know that there is, although you are then getting beyond the book, you are getting all the features of Pennacool assessment, including, for example, when the children do these things online, they can win prizes and that motivates them, and all the many features. All of that additional at no additional cost. In addition, you have where these exercises online can be used over and over, because of course from the time you write in a hard copy workbook, it's more or less done. But with the online, you can use it over and over. And of course, this is not just an ignorant reuse of the product. This is teachers bringing their intelligence, their skills to say, okay, the students, I want you to do it today, then I want you to do it next week or next month, as the case may be. Practice, practice, practice. I wanted to show you the price of the books because, I mean, for all that I've said there, I really should be selling these books for $200 for one. but in fact not. The prices that you see before you are what we would call the wholesale prices, or the class prices to teachers. So if a teacher wants for their whole class of 15 children, of 5 children, of 25 children, these are the prices for the books. We have a note there that in the chat there's a link to order. Of course, we will make ordering very easy. And please note that soft copy samples are available on request. These soft copy samples have been modified in such a way they are watermarked and 1 or 2 other things that we have done, but will still give you a deep understanding of what the book has to offer, and therefore you can make your own assessment of the value. So these are the benefits of online. Self-correcting assessment saves teachers time. You get immediate reports. On the left, you will see a sample of the kind of report that you get. You have on the left-hand side the student's name, the grade, the number of times they attempted it. And again, a more sophisticated marking scheme that the means the child got it right on the first attempt, but the orange tick or brown, depending on how you see it, says to you that the child in fact got it right on the second attempt, which of course the teacher is important, and especially so if it's a multiple choice. Although I can tell you that with a multiple choice, you get a red tick, because we feel if you've had a chance and you've seen the questions and you've answered it wrong the first time, then we're happy to give you a tick, but a red tick that says, yes, you did get it right, but not this time, you won't get any points, because in fact, on the other hand, if in fact it's an open-ended answer, so some of our questions are open-ended, some of them are multiple choice, and you get it right on the second attempt, that is when you get an orange tick. And the other things there are on the report for you to see. The next feature, teachers can override results in instances where the computer may give an answer wrong because of formatting issues. For those who have interacted with computer correcting, sometimes the computers in fact are not smarter than we are. And in a very simple case, if there is a sentence, the ball is red and that is the answer, but a child mistakenly puts 2 spaces between 2 words, the computer will give it wrong, because of course we back-end the answers into the computer. But what we now have is a feature, a brand new feature, where teachers can go review the work that their students have done and override the computer. And this has been a big issue for us, because it has disheartened young children, their parents and teachers, when you see a child clearly got something right and the computer is giving it wrong. And again, I have to say, Pennacool style, we work and work and work until we come up with solutions to problems like that. And this is a feature now that teachers will have. Down below again, another brand new feature. And this is on top of all the many features that we already have. Teachers will be able to assign assessments through the website directly to students. Before it was a bit more clumsy and you have to copy and paste links and so on. Not anymore. These are things that are like hot off the press right now. And then, benefit of online self-correcting is self-directed learning, and students love the technology. So if you ask, in fact, it'd be interesting, teachers, as you give your students work to do and you ask them, would you like to do it online or offline? We all know that the young generation now gravitates towards the technology. Then I want to feature today this particular product of ours, which is our Teachers Edition essay practice test. A list of features there, the value of it, self-correcting, I spoke to that already, saves you time. These are additional features. Now, with all of the content that we have online, as those of you who know Pennacool know, students can go on at any time, do them anytime, access to them anytime, and also, when a child puts in an answer, right away they can see whether it's right or wrong, and they can change the answer to the right answer. Obviously, if you're doing a teacher assessment, you do not want that kind of capacity. So for these now, again, these are specific features that we are developing for teachers. Teachers control when the students get access, and there's online, you go and you click on give access now, you tell your students tomorrow at 9 o'clock you'll be able to do this test, and then you click and you give access. Again, with these particular tests, students are not privy to the answers before submission. When a student hits submit, they do not know whether their answer is right or wrong. And before, students would get the results right away, as I mentioned. Now, no. Now, when the students do teacher assessments, the teacher the results, the teacher reviews the results, and then the teacher also then clicks on a button which then gives students access to their answers. And again, it takes into consideration things like often when you give online assessments, not everybody may start at the same time, and you want to be able to control that maybe one child has done the assessment quickly and finishes early and could tell another child what the answers are. This takes control of that. The teacher controls that. As mentioned already, the teacher can override the computer corrections, so you have that. The student class reports, and for example, in this particular one, teachers' editions are not available in bookstores. And again, a statement to the fact that Pennacool is listening to teachers, and teachers say no, they don't want them available in bookstores because then the children can get it, the parents can help them beforehand, and so on. So this is part of the feature of this product. This is a special offer that we're running for ATV teachers. It's a Flow, who was, I want to say, has been such a tremendous corporate sponsor, not just to Pennacool, but to the development of ICT in education, to development of online education solutions, which is what Flow has sponsored. And here again, Flow has come forward with this offer. So if a teacher buys for the entire class, they get 5 free packets, each one worth $100, so for a value of $500. We all know that there are many students, not all in a particular class, but 5 students in a class that simply cannot afford to buy these assessments and so on. And here it is that we are saying, look, we will make some effort towards supporting these students and the teachers who very often will pull out money from their pockets to pay for these children who cannot afford it. Again, a note there at the bottom that the soft copy samples are available on request.